Hey guys, here in Maui.
All right, so we're going to talk through the three categories that we asked our parents questions about. But if you have an aunt or an uncle or a great-grandparent or a grandparent or your own parent that you're going to be asking these questions to, you can alter them slightly. We do have a link below if you want to get a free PDF of the exact 20 questions that we asked.
Yeah.
So you can click that below if you'd like.
So category number 1, childhood and family history. Really here we asked our parents how they were raised, where they were born. Tell us about your parents, tell us about your siblings, and tell us about how it was growing up for you. I think it was really interesting because like me and Dylan always say we're super close to our parents and we think we know a lot about them, right? But with asking them these questions, we're like, oh really? Wow, that's what your dad did for work? We learned so much about them.
All right, category number 2 was marriage and parenthood.
Yeah.
And that was more their direct experience as a married couple and then also raising children. Both our parents have been married for 40 or so years, which is pretty amazing. And they both, raised quite a few children. So we figured they'd have some good advice for us.
Yeah.
And it'd be something that we could maybe take in as a younger married couple,
yeah,
also raising, a younger family. So we dove a little bit more into how they met, their experience being married for over 40 years, what they believe is some of the key successes to parenting and marriage. And once again, it was just awesome to hear their experience and get their advice and really make them feel like they were valued. We shared some of our learnings just, as their children,
yeah,
and our experience being raised by them. And it was just really fun conversation, I think, for all of us to have.
Yeah, and I feel like even some of the way they answered these questions, they explained so much of how my mom and my dad were like raising us. And the advice that they gave us during this meeting was so priceless to us. Number 3, values and legacy. I loved this section, Dylan, because I feel like this is where we really were like, okay, what are your values? How did you develop these values? And what legacy do you want to leave behind? And I remember when we asked them the legacy question, they all paused. And some of the things, like from my family, their biggest thing was generosity, being generous. And some of the advice from your parents is focusing on family and also being outside, like the importance of being one with nature. And I feel like those are like amazing because all those things that they want to leave behind as a legacy is what they have been doing as parents.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I feel like we used this section, the values and legacy section, a lot when we went on our goal setting date or just vision date, because we were working on, well, what do we want to establish as some of our core values as a family? What are some of the key traditions that we want to pass down? What are some things that, maybe have been passed down to our parents, now passed down to us, and we want to make sure those are shared with our kids as well. So it was just fun to hear, all those core beliefs that they have. Some of the specific questions that we asked during this section were, for example, do you have any regrets in life? If you had to create a family motto, what would it be? What values would you like to pass down to the younger generations of your family? Are there any questions you wish you had asked your own parents or a relative maybe that's no longer with us? Actually, on both sides, we each have a grandparent that's still alive, so we're planning to actually do an interview like that with them and ask them some of these same questions. But it was cool to hear from our parents directly, maybe for some of their family who's not alive anymore, or had already passed away, some of the questions they wish they had asked them, or things that they learned from them. It was just really powerful. All right, guys, hope that's helpful. Once again, if you want the full list, you can click below. Otherwise, we just encourage you to come up with some of your own questions, things that you want to hear about your family, things that you want to be able to share with your kids.
Yep. I love it because for us, we videotape these and we'll be able to show these to Ayla, and Ayla will be able to show them to her kids. And you know what I mean? Like, this will be something that we have, like a treasured memory. And a funny thing too is they both want to do a part 2. Like, they both want to like be re-interviewed. So
the parents like their time, the focus on them. So no, it was awesome. It was a good bonding experience for us and them, and then just a great opportunity for us to learn more.